Remember yesterday, I said Bobby and I are having a little get together with the boys. We had a little get together last night and we're just waking up. It's one of those days where you don't really want to be awake.
Why does it smell like pee in here?
Pee?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you pee?
Or we can do drive-through curbside option.
What's up?
Hungover.
How are you feeling this morning? A little shitty?
A little bit.
All right, you wanna go stand in the drive-thru? Awesome, thank you so much. See ya.
All right, we just got to the shop. I'm not even really sure what we're gonna be doing today. It's gonna be some random odds and ends. It's now 5 o'clock. Bobby really wanted McDonald's, so we walked to McDonald's. There's a few key things that we need to do. Item number one, this is gonna sound a little silly, but we gotta put some new bulbs in the interior on the Evo 8. So we got some in here. And then that key fob, we gotta get that connected to the car as well. So let's get that out of the way. Those are just some things I've been needing to do and haven't done. So let's bang that out and then we can move on from there. So here's how they look before, nice and yellow, you know, not very good looking, not very bright. Let's make this thing a little bit better with some beautiful LEDs. All right, so we got those ones all swapped out. That bulb and that one though is a different style. So we're gonna have to order one up for that. But yeah, that looks much cleaner now. Sick. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to programming our new key fob. This is what we gotta do. Step one, take it apart and put a new battery in it. I believe the battery this thing uses is the CR2032. So let's do that first and then let me show you guys how to program this thing. All right, so this here is what we're gonna need to program it. All we need is a jumper wire. You can use a paper clip. I'm using some wire, and we need to jump pins 1 and 4 on the OBD2 connector, which is underneath the dash. So here's the actual sequence. Step 1, insert the key into the ignition. Don't turn it on, just insert the key. Within 10 seconds, jump pin 1 and 4 on the OBD2 connector. And then within another 10 seconds of that, come up here, hit that red hazard switch 6 times, and then you'll hit the lock button on the remote, on the fob that you're programming 3 times. And then that should be completely programmed to the car. So let's give that a shot. Let's see if it works. Okay, so we got it working. As you can hear, locks and unlocks. It works on all the doors except for this driver's door. So I'm guessing the door actuator, the lock actuator inside, like underneath the door panel, is probably bad. Maybe it's disconnected, maybe there's something else going on. So let's pop this door panel off real quick. Hopefully we can figure out what's going on. If not, we're just gonna have to replace the actuator itself, and that will most likely take care of our issue that we're having. All right, we pulled that panel off. That actuator is definitely shot. You can hear it trying to move and it'll click, but it won't actually move the door lock itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and order up a new one of those and that should fix our issue. She's coming along, boys. Okay, so we've pretty much done all that we can on the blue Evo 8 for now. We do have some big stuff coming for the car. Let me give you a little sneak peek. That's all you guys get to see for now. Ton of cool stuff coming for the blue 8, but a lot of the stuff isn't here yet. So what I decided I want to do tonight is work on the Duramax a little bit. There's one mod I've been wanting to do since we got the truck, or I guess really since we lifted it, got the wheels and tires on it. One little dope mod I want to do, but before we do that, I've been dying to reorganize the shop. I feel like it's not set up very well right now, and being that today is kind of like a chill, hungover type of day, I want to just get this done today. I feel like there's no sense in having the giant toolbox over there because we're always working on cars on the lift. It'd make a lot more sense for it to be on this side of the shop just because it'd be super close. So here is the plan. This side of the shop is just gonna be for chilling, for cars to be stored. Kind of up against the wall. The toolbox is gonna go over here, probably kind of right by the sandblaster. This table is gonna slide that way. That toolbox we don't need. We gotta get rid of this toolbox. It's full of old tools that we'll never use again. And as you can see, it's not organized whatsoever. So I gotta figure out what to do here. So let's get some stuff moved around. I wanna get these cars against the wall. Then we can pull in the good old Duramax and get some love done to her. All right, so this here is the new setup in the shop for now. Table, I know it's a little bit messy, gotta clean that up, but table, toolbox, sandblast cabinet, the lift right there, cars can chill here, and then the main storage of cars is just gonna be over there. This is definitely gonna have to do until we upgrade a shop, get a little bit bigger of a shop space. It will be sick. It's gonna be insane. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I really, really am excited for the future and to grow into a much, much bigger space. Because this here is, I think this is 1,600 square feet. My goal, like my dream shop, I want it to be like 5,000 to 6,000 square feet. Give it a few years and I'm sure we'll be able to grow into something that big as well. And maybe down the road, even something bigger. So I'm gonna pull out the M3 and the Evo 10 right now. And I'm actually gonna pull it in the Duramax. The truck is absolutely disgusting. I've never really cleaned it since we got it, so I'm gonna give it a quick bath. And then we have some Rockwell lights. If you guys don't know what they are, I'll show you a little bit later on after we get this truck cleaned up. They're gonna look sick. All right, we got the baddie all cleaned up. I know it's only gonna last like this for like 2 minutes until we go drive it outside, but it's always fun to have it nice and clean. I cannot wait to do a full detail, like a full paint correction on this truck. It really, really needs it. You ready for this? Look how nasty this paint is. It's so bad. But that is not gonna come until probably springtime because I will be driving this thing all winter and it's gonna get destroyed. Let's run over to our parts pile and grab some goodies. So this here is what we are gonna be installing today. Lit Lights came out with a product for some trucks and they are Rockwell lights. I'm not gonna run these things all the time. I just think they're gonna be kind of cool to turn on once in a while. But basically they sit in the fender well here. They're gonna be mounted up top somewhere. And then when you turn them on, it's gonna kind of light up the whole suspension, the wheel and tire, and just have a cool look to it. That is today's little hangover install. Let's open these things up. Never installed a set of these before, but I'm guessing it's gonna be pretty easy. This here is everything included in the Lit Lights Rockwell kit. 4 of the super freaking beefy LED lights. Listen, these guys are made out of aluminum, the base around it, and then it looks like they're all nice and sealed off. So obviously any water or moisture does not get inside of those. So you got 4 of those, 2 extension harnesses for the rear, and then this is all the controller stuff. So those 2 wires there are gonna go to the battery, and then the splitter is gonna connect right there, and then these 4 are gonna run to all of this stuff here. Very, very, very straightforward install. We just need to figure out where the heck we are gonna mount these things at. Let's take a look. So it looks like the only place we can really mount them up is on these actual fender liners. Now these things aren't really made out of plastic. It's some super beefy, like really, really thick carpet. I'm gonna pull these things down, drill 2 holes, bolt these right to these super beefy fender liners. They're gonna kind of be hidden up in there. You won't really be able to tell that they're up there until you turn the lights on. It's kind of what I'm after. So let's bang out this front driver's side. I'm guessing the rear's probably gonna be the same. Yeah, I bet the rear's gonna be the same. We'll just bolt right to those fender liners. I know that sounds kind of weird, but these things are super beefy on the Duramax. All right guys, so we have this fender liner pulled down a little bit, easy access to the backside. I'm gonna mount the LEDs right in line with this center hole, just so they're completely centered up on the truck. All right, we got the first Rockwell light installed. That's how it looks. We had to drill 3 holes total, 2 for the mounting bolts and then 1 for the wire. So the wire runs up through the fender liner and then it goes up through the fender right there and then into the engine bay. Let's go ahead and stop this flare back on and then we can get all 3 other Rockwell lights installed. We have all of the Rockwell lights installed on the truck. Now the next thing I want to figure out is how to run those 2 wires right there for the rear all the way to the front and connect them to the splitter that is going to go onto the battery. So that's what I'm going to mess around with right now. We did run the passenger side through the actual frame itself, through that tube right there. I want to go inside the truck, but if it's not possible, we can run them underneath the truck and it should be just fine. We have all of the wiring ran. The rears I ended up running underneath the truck, just connecting it or zip tying it to the wiring harness. So that all worked out there. All 4 connections come to there and those are all gonna connect to the splitter. So the 4 are gonna connect on that end, and then this end right here is gonna connect to our Bluetooth controller like that. And then we literally have a ground wire, a power wire, which connects to the battery, and then we will be all finished up. Simple as that. All right, look at that, guys. The second we connected it to the battery, the lights turned on. We're all finished up, everything's mounted up, everything's good to go. Let's pull her outside and see how she looks. Ooh, that red right there is insane. Or like kind of like orangish reddish. That looks good. I don't know if I showed you guys the app or not, but it's the app is called Magic Light. So as soon as you click on that, you add the new device and you get them connected. There's 1,000 different colors. There's a bunch of different functions you can do. Yeah, pretty sick, boys. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think. That looks insane. And the cool part about it, if you don't want them on, and if you don't like them all of a sudden, then you just turn them off. And it's like they've never been installed.
Whoa. Whoa. Holy cow. That's kind of cool. Come back, Haas. Whoa, another color. Whoa. It's so cool looking. Wow. Oh.
If you guys want to pick up a set of these Rockwell lights we just installed, I'll have them linked down in the description box below. We do have a discount code, we'll have it on the screen, and obviously Lit Lights carries a ton of other parts as well that you guys have seen us install in the past. Demonize RGB boards for like Evos, just a ton of stuff. Go check out their site. Oh man, I'm gonna wrap up today's video right here. Hope you boys enjoyed. Peace out, I'll see you tomorrow.
That's really cool, babe.
Thanks. That's what I did today for my hangover cure.